What's up, guys? So, I'm going to talk about the Erika deck. This box actually is in great shape. Don't mind my beautiful wife. We are making barbecue chicken tonight, and there might be some rattling in the kitchen. So, that being said, let's get this started. So this deck starts out with Erika's Vileplume. I'm not particularly fond of this card. I don't really think there's all that much special about it. Maybe I'm just not down with the plant types. I just don't find them very cool. But it's a cool Pokemon. You know, the art is great. The holo on it is like a tie-dye. It's phenomenal. Just want to show that one more time. Holo is great on this card. I assume the way this deck is run, me and my wife are actually going to play some games soon. I assume the way the deck runs is by mostly poison and paralysis, but let's see. Pokemon Power, Paw and Defense. If an attack does damage to Erika's Vileplume while it's your active Pokemon, even if it's knocked out, flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. This power works even while Erika's Vileplume is asleep, confused, or paralyzed. Wow, that's tough. No matter what condition it has, if you can flip a coin, if your opponent flips tails, they're in some trouble because confusion, every time you attack yourself, you take 30 damage, I think that's what it is. Mega Drain. So the only attack it has is Mega Drain. It takes 3 energy. I'm guessing while it's evolved, before it evolves to Vileplume, it's Gloom. So I'm guessing Gloom has some attacks that are 2 energy. But Mega Drain, if Erika's Vileplume does damage to defending Pokemon, remove a number of damage counters from Erika's Vileplume equal to half the damage done to the defending Pokemon. Rounded to the nearest 10. Basically, what that's saying is, basically what this is saying is, I guess if the opponent's Pokemon was weak to a grass type, it would take 40 damage, so half that would be 2. So I mean, either way, it says round up to the nearest 10. So if it does 30, which it does, rounded to the nearest 10, it would still take off 20 damage. So basically it heals itself every time it attacks. I really like that. So I actually am already a fan of this deck. I really like this Vileplume. I bought all these decks, but then I hadn't really had much time to actually play with them. When we do have time, we're just relaxing. But I am trying to get a game in every 2 or 3 days. We've got a bunch of switches here, potions. The artwork is still cool. Even though we've all seen Switch, we've all seen it a million times. So the art on that's cool. We've got your potions. We're all familiar, self-explanatory. Pokeball, flip a coin. If heads, you can search your deck for basic or evolution. Show it to your opponent, put it in your hand. Super clutch, getting that Pokeball. I like how simple the game is. Okay, the art on this card is actually really cool. Erika's Perfume. Look at your opponent's hand. If he or she has basic cards there, you may put any number of them onto your opponent's bench, as long as there's room. I guess you could kind of screw up somebody from being able to plan out putting one Pokemon at a time. I mean, I really don't understand the point of this. Look at your opponent's hand. If he or she has any basic Pokemon cards there, You may put any number of them onto your opponent's bench as long as there's room. I mean, I'm not understanding how this correlates too much, but I guess if they have a bunch of useless early Pokemon, you play this, and they're waiting for a card to use for their evolution. Like, say they're waiting for a Charmander because they have Charizard. You could use Erika's Perfume, and then they're putting all their basic types, and they're filling up all the space on their bench to the point where if they want to play that Pokemon, like Charmander, to turn into Charizard, they have to actually just kind of take an L on one of their Pokemon eventually. Ooh, I didn't mean to drop that. You may draw up to 3 cards, then your opponent may draw up to 3 cards. Erika, trainer card. That's kind of even Stevens. You both draw 3 cards. There's nothing crazy about that. It's pretty fair. This is the stadium card. All these decks have a stadium card. During each player's turn, that player may choose to discard an energy card attached to one of his or her Pokemon with Erika in its name. If that player does so, that Pokemon is no longer asleep, confused, paralyzed, or poisoned. So basically they can be immune to conditions, but by discarding a card. That doesn't really help that much. That's one of the weaker stadiums in my opinion. But I guess you can get out of conditions, which is kind of clutch. If you're playing a really hardcore condition deck, like a psychic deck trying to put you to sleep and confuse you. Okay, wow. I love the art on this card. Careless Tackle. Erika's Bellsprout does 10 damage to itself, but does 20. That can be done with any energy, and the art is dope. The art is so cool on this Bellsprout. I love, it's just beautiful. Execute. Oh my gosh, the art again looks so cool on this. Explosion. Egg explosion. Haha. Okay. Flip a number of coins equal to the number of energy attached to Erika's Execute. This attack does 10 damage times the number of heads. That's kind of dope. Because if he was your only Pokemon and you had 4 energies and you're slapping them on him, he has the potential to do 40 damage and knock out some base Pokemon. Or even if you put 5 energy on him, and had him on your bench stacking up, or as many energy as you want. In theory, you could have him on your bench chilling, stacking up a bunch of energy with all these Execute. So I think that's dope. Psychic does 10 damage plus 10 more damage for each energy card attached to the defending Pokemon. Psychic is a dope attack. If they've got 1 or 2 energy cards, you're guaranteeing that extra damage. So Psychic is cool. Look at that artwork. I'm shocked that these cards are in such good condition. It's just amazing that decks last this long. Okay. It's evolved form, Erika's Executor. Very cool card, great art. At first I didn't understand why people sold old packs that were open, and now I get it. The art is so nostalgic and it's so dope that it's just something that you want to collect even if the cards aren't there. Plus you might pay $400 for an old pack that's close to being heavy. It's like 20.5 grams instead of 21 or over. And you don't pull anything holographic. It's all just base unlimited Pokemon. Then it'd be a bummer, but you still have that art from that pack regardless, which is pretty cool. Okay, so Psychic Exchange. Shuffle your hand into your deck, then draw 5 cards. That's super helpful. Because if you have nothing in your hand or 1 card in your hand, you draw 5 cards. That's really good. Stomp takes 3 energies instead of Psychic Exchange, which takes 1. Erika's Execute. So flip a coin. If heads, this attack does 30 plus 10 more damage. If tails, it just does 30. Either way, you're guaranteed 30. It's only 1 grass energy, and then it's 3 total, but the other 2 can be any energy, so that's pretty dope. Erika's Gloom. You can look at the art on that. Not gonna lie, I'm not a big fan of the plant Pokemon. Oh, I'm shaking around. But I do like Erika's deck. I think all the trainers kind of their twist and the way the Pokemon cards look. I think the trainer cards look the best. That may be a wild statement, but I think the trainer cards look the best. Like Blaine's Charizard looks dope. Blaine's Charmander, it's the coolest looking Charmander there is. I think everyone can agree with that. Um, Anyways, moving forward, in fact, I will probably do Blaine's deck next. Um, Healing Pollen. Flip a coin. If heads, remove 4 damage counters from Erika's Gloom. If Erika's Gloom has fewer damage than that, remove all of them. Dang! 4 damage counters. 40 damage. Wow, you can just about heal up Gloom entirely. Okay, 3 Grass Energy. And it only has 1 retreat cost, which is nice. 60 HP is not great, but it is the first evolution. Magic Pollen takes 3 energy. Now sometimes the first stage evolutions are better than like the second stage of the cards, like Vileplume. Like I feel like Gloom could be better than Vileplume in some respects because it has Healing Pollen. Magic Pollen. Flip a coin. If heads, defending Pokemon's now asleep, confused, paralyzed, poisoned. Your choice. Oh yeah, Erika's Gloom is definitely in terms of the attack a better Pokemon. You're only gonna evolve it if you need the HP. But I guess Mega Drain can kind of trump that because you're taking damage counters off guaranteed. Whereas Healing Pollen is a gamble. Awesome cards regardless. Okay, here's the next one. It's first of all form, the Oddish. Again, the art is better on on Erika's Oddish over typical Oddish, in my opinion. Blot, if there's any damage counters on Erika's Oddish, remove 1 of them. And it does 10 damage. That's dope. That can really trip up the beginning of the game for your opponent, for sure. If you're just doing a little bit of damage, but you're also taking off your own damage, that's really helpful. Sporadic Sponging. If Erika's Oddish has any damage counters on it, flip a coin. If heads, remove 1. But it also does 20. So all these forms are great, honestly. They're all great. They've all got something. We got a Gloom, Erika's, Tangela. Again, the art is this is one of the better looking arts. I don't know why I use my pinky to hold my hand up. It's clearly not working. Just hold it like this. Hopefully, it's zoomed in. Vine Slap, 10, basic. Stretch Vine, 3 energies. If your opponent has any bench Pokemon, choose one of them, and this does 20 damage to it. That's pretty cool to just be able to pick out one of the bench Pokemon if it's badly damaged and just take it out. That's pretty cool. Tangela has always been, and 60 HP, no evolution. Man, Tangela is a winner in this deck for sure. I really, really like the art on this card. This might be the best art yet. Weeping Bell. It's really cool. I actually just recently got a Victory Bell here. It's pretty mint. It's not a card I would have ever thought that I'd be collecting, but I think it's cool. That it was Jesse on Team Rocket's Pokemon, and I just remember eating him all the time and swallowing him, and I remember thinking, now why would you have a Pokemon that just eats you all the time? It's weird. It's weird and it's not very functional. Anyways, sleep, poison. The defending Pokemon's now asleep and poisoned. Okay, so that answers my question about multiple conditions. You can have multiple conditions in the card game. Defending Pokemon is now asleep and poisoned. So no matter what, you're taking 10 every turn. And no matter what, you've got to flip to get out of sleep. That is extremely tough. Wow, this deck is becoming... I'm very excited about this deck. Moving on, the final Pokemon in this deck. Got a little dirt on it. Still minty. Erika's Dratini. Pokemon Power. Now there's only one of these in here, and I'm guessing, it's meant for you to get Dragonair, and then I'm guessing Dragonite, which I have not seen as an Erika card. It actually makes me excited. I'm gonna look that up after this video. Pokemon Power. Strange Barrier. Whenever an attack by a basic Pokemon, including your own, does 10 or more damage to Erika's Dratini, reduce that damage to 10. This power stops working while Dratini is asleep. What do you know? Confused or paralyzed. Tail Strike. Its only attack. Flip a coin. If heads, this attack does 10 damage plus 20 more damage. If tails, it does 10. Well, that's super lame because it takes 2 energies. That's kind of lame. Retreat cost is 1. Erika's Dratini definitely could use an upgrade. You need the Dragonair, I feel like, just right off the rip. But the art is fantastic, and I'm definitely going to be looking for my Dragonair now. So, that being said, in the next videos, I was going to bring it in this video, but it's already probably too long. I got to learn how to be shorter and more precise. But I was going to bring my personal collection and just talk about the cards that I started collecting and the ones that mean the most to me, and why I kind of want to stay into the old vintage cards as opposed to getting into all the newer stuff. I just don't think anything is going to be valued the same as the original decks, the base 2, the gym heroes. I think they're going to skyrocket in value, and I'm wrong a lot, so that might not be the case, but I don't understand the point. For me, from a financial standpoint, as a collector standpoint, I don't know why I would buy the newer stuff and collect it. I think there's still so much out there still that hasn't been discovered. So many decks that haven't been found that are in storage. So many old packs that are sitting in people's homes in a big bin that they don't even know they have. These packs are going for $400 to $500. So it's just, I think there's still a lot of hype left in the original base set Pokemon, and I'm interested to see if maybe they do a rerun. I know the Evolutions set, they had kind of newer Pokemon that had they had newer HP and newer attacks, more modern flowing attacks, I'm guessing. But the same old pictures, which I love. I love that they're trying to retro it. And maybe I will go for those just from a playing standpoint. I'm not going to be playing my Charizards, unless one day I have so many Charizards where I can afford to actually play a base set Charizard that's in mint condition and not worry about scuffing it up. But anyways, that being said, that is it for me today, and hopefully this video turned out good. Appreciate my new subscriber. I don't even know how to check on that stuff yet, but I see that there's more people watching the videos, and that's what it's all about. It's not supposed to be something that becomes income. It's just I'm doing it for fun, and as I do it more, maybe I get better, maybe the quality goes up. But for now, I'm just talking to it and going on rants. Anyways, I appreciate you guys watching, and with that, let's check out this video, see how it turned out. Deuce. Till next time.